Domestic violence in the NFL. Domestic violence is an ongoing problem in this century of time. What once started in 753 BC Rome extended throughout history, from 1500 early settlers who did not allow wife beating to 1871 Alabama becoming the first state to avoid the right of men to beat their wives to 1975, in which U.S. states allowed a wife to bring up criminal charges against her husband for abuse and violence. The world has made many efforts to maintain peace and safety to a husband-wife relationship. However, this problem has yet to be solved and is a prominent problem in this society, even in the NFL. Race and gender has been a huge deciding factor in problem solving and active participation in the NFL. Even though there are 70% African American players in the NFL, there were no African American women on board a special deciding committee whose sole role is to advise the league on domestic violence issues and matters. Melanie Campbell, the president and CEO of the National Coalition of Black Civil Participation, was outraged with this fact and sent NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell a letter. Ever since then, there has been at least one black woman in the group. In the meeting, Campbell said, "We're not just victims, we're part of the solution," which states the determination she has with new black women on board in the committee. The faster this whole problem will be solved. Many reasons why people may resort to domestic violence is not because they are angry human beings that cannot control their primal instincts, but the fact that people are not educated about their own actions and consequences they may face or bring upon to their loved ones and surroundings. Domestic violence is a powerful sign of an unhealthy relationship which can be seen as control issues and problems in maintaining jealousy. A lot of times these problems are caused by simple arguments or disagreements. It is important to make sure you are really clear about what these issues are. They are crimes, and we want to make sure that we are clear when we're communicating with individuals about what they are, what they look like, said Dina Garner, the NFL's Director of Player Engagement and Education. Her solution is to create a baseline of knowledge and an understanding that league employees and players are held responsible for their actions and future family violence of sexual assault incidents. Some solutions were made by Garner. First, standbyers should take action because ignorance is no longer an excuse and silence is not a solution. Second, 32 NFL owners were presented mandatory presentations concerning this topic at hand. One important video segment that will be played in the meeting will be concerning Gay and his parents.
I'm William Gay of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I lost my mother to domestic violence. I know how hard it is to leave a bad situation. Please don't be afraid to ask for help. Women's Center and Shelter is there to help you.
It's been out there, and we know that domestic violence is out there and it affects everyone in some form or fashion. But when you see something like that, you can't act like you don't know. You will never know when it can affect you or your loved ones, so it is best to keep in mind of your actions and behaviors. Leniency and outcome of domestic violence cases are another part of this major problem. As the league faced the troubles of handing out punishments, some of these punishments are not justifiable. For example, three major trends emerged. Players would either get a brief suspension or no suspension or grandstand justice. The dealing of abuse has not improved either because, according to Ren Redrick, the profile of the NFL is so high. We've come a long way in 30 years, but in some ways, there are places where I feel we have been stuck. One reason why Redrick feels stuck is because it is so hard to prosecute players and offenders. Out of 50 cases, USA Today Sports was only able to find 43 legal resolutions. In other words, 7 of these cases are either hidden or solved through illegal means. These mysteries are another reason why it is so hard to give out punishments. Everything is so unfair. According to Cartel Action, players are more likely to get a longer rate of suspension from drug usage than from domestic violence. 16 games versus 2 games of suspension is a big deal, and it is not fair to the respectable players. We should not let players who commit domestic violence off so lightly, because this is just saying that NFL and Roger Goodell do not care about the safety of women. NFL might as well stand for not safe for ladies, and the NFL is fumbling domestic violence.